Hey guys, welcome back to one more video on the channel. This time I'm back with a really good question. So this question that you see on the screen appeared in FIITJEE All India Test Series in 2024. The question is very simple. So you have a determinant given. When you evaluate this determinant, you will get a polynomial. Alright, and that is equals to 0. So this is basically an equation and you just have to tell the product of the roots of the equation. So now what you can do is you can just solve the determinant, okay, mindlessly. All right, just expand the determinant, solve it, form a polynomial, and you can easily tell the product of the roots. So that is one way of doing it, but that will take up lot of time, and if you are really clever it will not take that much time also. But what I wanted to do in this video is that I wanted to present a very good approach without solving the determinant. All right, so yeah, now let us go ahead. If you check first, let us make some observations. So if you check the degree of this polynomial that we will be getting is 15. So first you will be considering this term while evaluating the determinant, and then you will do this particular multiplication. When you do this particular multiplication, you get minus x to the power 8. And when you do this particular multiplication, you get another minus x to the power 8. And that minus x to the power 8 minus x to the power 8 will be multiplied with this 7. So the degree becomes 15. 8 plus 7. Alright. And similarly, when you consider this term, this is 4. And when you cross multiply these two, you will get x to the power 7. Alright. So this is x to the power 7. And when you cross multiply these two terms, you will get minus x to the power 7. That will cancel out. So a degree from this term will be x to the power 4 simply. And again, when you consider this particular term, here the degree of x is 1. So here it is 4 and 2. So you will not get 15. So the maximum degree will be when you evaluate using this term. The maximum degree will be obtained when you multiply this particular term with this minor cofactor, whatever. Alright. So we know one thing. So the degree is x to the power 15. So you can write the polynomial as, this will look something like this: a15 x to the power 15 plus a14 x to the power 14 plus and so on a1 x power 1 plus a0 is equal to 0. So this is how it will look. Now if you want to find the product of the roots, you know the formula. Product of the roots will be, this is an odd degree polynomial. Alright. So the product of the roots will be minus a0 upon a15. Alright. So now let us see what a15 is. A15 is just the coefficient of x to the power 15. So what will that be? So you will get x to the power 15 when you multiply 2x power 7 multiplied by, from here x to the power 5 multiplied by x power 3. So that is minus x power 8. And when you multiply these two terms, you will get x power 8. But we multiply these two terms and then subtract the multiplication of these two terms. So here it will be minus x to the power 8. So that is simply minus 4x to the power 15. So the coefficient of x to the power 15 is minus 4. Therefore, a15 is minus 4. Therefore, your product of the roots will be a0 upon 4. Now, how do you find out a0? That is the question. So how will you get a0? When you put x is equal to 0 in this. So if you consider this as f of x, then your f of 0 is simply a0. Alright, f of 0 is simply a0. So now if you consider this determinant as f of x, this determinant is f of x because this polynomial is achieved by expanding this particular determinant. So this determinant is also f of x. When you put x is equal to 0 into this polynomial, you get a0. So since this is also f of x and this determinant is also f of x, so you can put x is equal to 0 into the determinant also. So when you put x is equal to 0 into the determinant, first term will be 1, 2 and this is 0. Alright, 1, 2, 0. And here it will be 1, 2, 1. And here you will get 1, 3, 1. 1 3 1, and this is your a naught. All right, so your a naught is simply 1 multiplied by 2 minus 3, which is minus 1, minus 1 multiplied by 2 plus 1 multiplied by 2, and this gets cancelled. This is simply minus 1. So your a naught is minus 1. So your p is minus 1 upon 4. So this is the product of the roots of this particular equation given. All right, so I hope you have got something to learn from this video. So instead of mindlessly solving this determinant, mindlessly expanding the determinant and finding out the polynomial and then eventually using the formula for the product of the roots, so we made few observations. What are the observations? The first observation is that the degree of the polynomial that you achieve by expanding the determinant is 15, and the second observation is that the product of the roots is this thing, since it is an odd degree polynomial. And the third observation is the coefficient of x to the power 15 is minus 4. So that is achieved when you multiply these terms. All right, and the fourth observation is that when you put x is equal to 0 into this polynomial, you'll get a naught. Since this is f of x and this determinant is also f of x, so putting x is equal to 0 into this determinant will give you a naught. All right, and that is how we calculated the value of a naught, and the product of the roots is simply minus 1 by 4. So if you like the solution that I have presented, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe the channel for more such content, and if you have any queries, comment section is the way to reach out to me. And there are a lot of fantastic videos on the channel. Make sure you check them out, and I have attached the link to my Telegram channel in the description. You can join my channel through that link, and I'll meet you in the next video. Till then, take care.